Nangangati na naman ang itlog ko. 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 What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dashing, and this is the quarterfinals of the SCD. I am the coach of Team Kati Itlog, and this week we take on James and the Myrtle Magikarps. So his team consists of G-Max Butterfree, D-Max Gyarados, Regieleki, Scizor, Kingdra, Klefki, Glastrier, Politoed, Uxie, Sableye, Omastar, and Paliosand. So we rematch James. Now if you don't remember, we actually lost to James last time with the flurry of paralysis going around. We are trying to get him back this time. It's a weird twist of fate that Chris, the leader of the scoreboard, lost last week, and that caused us to be at the top of the rankings. So being at the top, we're gonna be playing the ranked 8 seed, and that's James. So it's kind of unfortunate for us because I feel like when I look at the top 8, the people I have a really bad matchup against is Arik and James. So right off the bat, we are kind of punished for being first place by getting a bad matchup in the first round of the playoffs. But you know, it's Mon, so it's the game we play. Shit happens. So yeah, I kind of wish I didn't really try too hard, but managing to top the regular season is a big accomplishment. In my opinion, it's the second highest accomplishment in the league, even better than being a finalist. So I would say the best is, of course, winning the league, and the next best thing is being number 1 in the regular season, and then third would be the other finalists, like second place basically. Now his team didn't really change at all from the last time we played. We have Hydreigon now instead of Lapras, which is much better offensively but not defensively. When I had Lapras, I had the guaranteed way of stopping the Gyarados, but this will make the game more position reliant, in my opinion. Now I expect him to bring Gyarados, Regieleki, Scizor, Kingdra, Politoed, and either Klefki or Sableye. Sableye would be good because it's gonna be a ghost type, so Mienshao can't really, run rampant in the game. But Klefki could be, fulfills similar roles like, spread paralysis like last time, set hazards. So I wonder if James is gonna be using a similar strat with like Uxie, Trick Room, just like last game. Now looking at team preview, no Kingdra, but he opted for Omastar, which is actually better for us in a way, because we just need to keep Comfy healthy, and Comfy can just kill that no problem. Yeah, I think the Kingdra would have been a bigger threat here, because once it's if it's like a scarf, or not a scarf, like what do you call that item? A Specs variant, Specs Surf. That could really destroy my team if you look at the team I brought, right? Now, but I get why he went for Omastar. It's a wall-breaking sweeper, right? That fulfills the similar role as Kingdra. So he's gonna be able to outspeed most of my mons that's probably not Scarf. And we don't really have a Scarfer this week, so yeah, that could be a problem. But it's definitely not as bad as it would have been with Kingdra, in my opinion. I would have feared that even more. Now, without further ado, let's check out the game and see how it went. So I lead off with Reggie as he goes Klefki here. I guess Klefki was a predictable lead. Now, not wanting this to get some shenanigans for free, I decide to go for a T-Wave as he goes for Switcheroo. He gives us Flame Orb. Now, I'm totally fine with this even though he gets lefties. That was pretty much a no drawback play for him, getting lefties, because, you know, even if we get Flame Orb, we're just burned basically, but the good thing about that is we're not really paralyzed, and among his mons, only Scizor gets reliable recovery because the Klefki is already revealed not to be a berry. So that's really good for us, and yeah, we can't be paralyzed now. So he sets up a layer of spikes here as we go Rocks. That's another layer of spikes as we go Seismic Toss. Now the beauty of this one is what do you call this? The beauty of this is the burn doesn't really affect us. He was probably thinking we'd have mono body press, and he could just stall us completely with the burn and lefty recovery. But not wanting to take that, I switch out to Mienshao here, knowing that it's probably not gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam there, because, you know, why would you against Reggie? You're just taking more chip from the Seismic Toss. But he goes to Reggie Eleki here, comfortably willing to take the Seismic Toss. Maybe he's invested in HP, that's why. And or wants to just, you know, spin away the rocks as soon as possible as we go for Mienshao. Now we go for Mienshao because the Klefki would have been in range for CC, and I would have been okay trading the possible T-Wave at that point. We go for Fake Out here, do a shit ton of damage, revealing we are banded. If he was paying attention to that, he would have known. We switch out to Raichu here, predicting the electric move. He goes for Thunder Cage. I don't know why. Okay, of course, you could say that he didn't calc it. Now, if you didn't calc it, Thunder Cage wouldn't really have done much. We would have lived that, and we would have gotten the KO. So yeah, I'm not really sure why he went for that. But it is what it is. He goes for a Rapid Spin here, removes the rocks, and we go for a Discharge, get the KO. So we're in a decent spot here. 5 to 6. He does have 2 layers of spikes as we have no hazards. We do have a +1 Raichu here. Scizor goes for U-turn. We live that at 1%. I'm not sure about the calcs there as we go for a Volt Switch. At this point of the game, for some reason, I didn't realize that the Scizor was actually Scarfed. So yeah, not really sure. I had like a brain fart moment there. We go for a Volt Switch here, get a shit ton of damage as we go to the Reggie. Now he goes for Politoed here as I go for, I believe, Rocks. I go Rocks here, yeah. Because the Rocks is really important to keep the Gyarados in range of a Max Lightning from, what do you call this, Hydreigon. That's basically the concept around it. I just sacked the Raichu here, wanting to get momentum. He goes for a Whirlpool with Toad. I go Mienshao here. I just go for a U-turn just to gain chip on it, because I know that the CC wouldn't kill from that range. So I didn't really calc this, but from what it looks like, the Toad is like max defense, max HP. We just go out to Bro here as he goes for Perish Song. He switches out to Klefki. Now, I go for a Yawn here. The reason why I wanted to Yawn was if ever he went for a Toxic Bear and I got the Yawn off, I could freely go for a Teleport and keep momentum. But he does make the right play of switching to Klefki there. So good for him. We switch out to Reggie here. As he goes for another layer of spikes. That's really good for him in that case. He switches back to Scizor here. At this point, I still haven't realized that Scizor was Scarfed. He goes for a Brick Break. We live at 1%. So we have like 2 mons that lived at 1%. That's amazing. So yeah. We go Mianchow here. Now at this point, I think had I realized that the Scizor was Scarf, I would have gone to hide and went for a nasty plot and just possibly won the game from there, because he would probably attack, and then we could kill like 4 mons. We'd probably fall to an Omastar, but we can revenge that. But it is what it is. I go Mianchow here. CC is free. Nothing wants to take a CC from that point. Rain stops. Klefki comes in. He goes T-Wave. We go for CC, but we get paralyzed. Now, this is actually a very important part of the game. So the important part here is we actually were saved by the paralysis. What would have happened was he goes to Gyarados afterwards, as you'll see here. I switch out to Comfy, wanting to go for an aromatherapy. The Dazzling Gleam does 25%. So I think if you went like Flash Cannon, that could possibly KO. And I didn't want to risk that. If he got like a low roll and he gets a high roll next turn, because this is our win condition for Omastar. Not wanting to risk that, we just switch out to, I believe, our Bro. We switch out to Bro here as he reads that and goes for a T-Wave. Not really a read, but it would have been good for him to get the paralysis on the Comfy. But had I gone for the aromatherapy and I broke through, Mianchow would have been perfectly healthy at that point. So here's the turn basically. Goes for Dazzling Gleam, try to get some chip. We go for Flamethrower and sends out Gyarados. Now here's the big deal. We are actually mono Flamethrower on Slowbro, and as you can see here, he goes for a DD as we go for our Yawn. So this is perfect for us. In our perspective, we kinda won the game already at this point, because all I need to do is teleport the next turn. Had he max and attack, he would have slept the next turn. But here's the thing, he goes for a DD, falls asleep, and then wakes up due to the Lumberry. So I was like, holy shit! Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh! So basically at this point, he already won the game. If he has max, like Ice Fang, like max Ice, Hailstorm basically. Because we are Life Orb Hydreigon here. Now, the beauty of this was, he actually turned out not to have max Hailstorm. He goes for an Airstream. We definitely live that because he doesn't have Life Orb. And we go for the max Lightning, get the kill. And at this point, I'm fairly confident we already win this game. We just need to go for a max Lightning on the Toad. And then a max Lightning on the Omastar. He actually goes for Meteor Beam. Now this was very surprising to me because I totally forgot about Swift Swim. So I was like, how the hell did he outspeed? What the hell? And then it's not Scarf because it's already Power Herb. And then I remembered it's Swift Swim. So we just send out Comfy here. I even calced it just to be sure that we kill. And Giga Drain is gonna wrap this up for us. That's gonna be GG. It's dashing. So an amazing game versus James. Definitely one of the best games both of us played. So if you look at what happened earlier, right? Here's what would have happened. I bring out, or I get the CC on the what do you call that? The Klefki. I CC the Klefki while paralyzed, and I'm already locked to CC basically, right? Gyarados goes for a DD as I switch out to Slowbro. He goes for a DD again as I go for the Yawn. and he goes for a DD a third time, possibly, as I go for a teleport. So at that point, we would have fallen to the a +3 max air with our hide. So in a way, the paralysis worked in our favor. It's really amazing that the way James prepped for this game really worked out the way that it did. I'm not sure if his mocks had something to do with that, but definitely we could have made things less complicated had I realized that he was scarfed. What do you call this? What's that? Scarf scissor. Cause I thought about bringing out Hydreigon at that point after it KO'd I believe Reggie. I thought about bringing Hydreigon, but I thought maybe he has superpower, and if he has superpower, that could possibly, I'm not sure if it would take us out, but it would leave us within a really small amount of HP that, you know, we couldn't take another hit. And if that happened, he could bullet punch the next turn and take us out. So the two things that saved us this game is the levitate on Hydreigon and the paralysis on Mienshao. Those two things saved us this game. And of course, James not having max Hailstorm as well. So a lot of things worked out for him in that case. We definitely had a way to make the game more straightforward, but not realizing it, which is another thing to work on, improving as a battler, things like that. So that's gonna be our quarterfinals games. We advanced to the semis. I'm not sure if we're gonna be playing, I believe, the winner of Chris and Nathan. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's gonna be the video. If you guys like the content, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers!